Do you, run into situations where, let's say, the market is going up in that situation, and you can't find the comparables, and you can't just adjust it to justify the price?
Well, the appraiser's job is not to justify the price. The appraiser's job is to determine market value. Now, as we learn in maybe day one of appraisal class, is that individuals do individual things. And the opposite thing that they said on that, but the herd moves in a general direction. The big amount of people, is what we're saying, moves in one direction, but individuals do individual things. So, as an example, if we had someone that really wants to buy that house, and this is what you're seeing right now, they will pay anything, probably within reason, okay, to get that particular house. Maybe their mother lived next door, or their sister lived next door, and to that individual, that's worth some money because they want that location. Maybe it's walking distance to a particular school that their children go to. They might pay more for that, but the average person does not. Okay, so our job is not to justify someone's decision. It's to determine market value. That's what the bank is looking to determine. Because what does the bank want to know? The bank is loaning someone money. They're taking a small down payment. And if it all hits the fan, the bank is going to have to repossess that property and resell it and hopefully not lose too much money. So they're walking a fine line. Particularly like myself, there's things that I might pay more for that the average person wouldn't care about that at all, So, I mean, that's what comes out in the market. So, not our job to, make everybody happy. Our job is to determine market value.
And on that note, not to make everybody happy, when you do come across, the offer price, let's say like in our situation, and you say that the value, the market value is lower. Do you find that a lot lately, or how consistent has it been?
Well, it depends. People are definitely touching on the high end of the market right now. And with multiple offers, they're quite literally overpaying for many properties. And of course, this being America and you being free Americans, you can do what you want. If it's your money, you definitely can do what you want. But if you got to borrow money from someone else, then maybe you can't do all that you want. I had a kind of an interesting one here earlier this year. It was way up north in Lake County, and it was just a little 3-bedroom ranch with a full basement, and it was the cutest little house. I mean, it wasn't an elaborate house, and it had a real nice little yard, had a lot of different fruit trees, and it had, a cute little garden. And everything about this house was cute and nice and really lovely. And it was a type of place that people could look at and say, this is a nice home for my family. Well, I think they had about 20 offers, contracts at over list price on this house. And when I got out there, I could see and I could understand where they were all coming from, that this house was special. I could tell that. Now the question was, how can we prove that value? Can we find enough stuff that, can we convince an underwriter? Can we convince a reviewer that this house does have value. Now, if I thought that this was just an overpriced house, well, I wouldn't even have tried. But I looked at this and I said, the value is there for this. Now, okay, it's not like every other house, it's special. And so, sometimes we have to look at that. Then the reverse of that is we can just go out and see some garbage and say, why are these people overpaying? Why would you pay $5,000 more for this one when I can go across the street and get one that's even better for less? That we call the principle of substitution. Now, right now, I think a lot of people are overpaying because they're in a feeding frenzy. They want to get this property and they want to get it away from somebody else. Well, okay, that's fine. But next year, if let's say rates change and they want to refinance and prices haven't gone up, they will be upside down in their mortgage because they overpaid and they won't be able to refinance. And then what starts going through their minds again was just what you were talking about earlier, Sergio. Okay, that people say, hey, this house ain't worth what I paid for it, and I'm going to stop paying. The bank doesn't want to hear that.